Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Full Potential Show. I'm James Rick, and this is your number one non-boring source for personal development. And today on the line, we have Adora Svitak. She is a teacher, author, speaker, and activist. Can you believe it? This young lady is an amazing young woman. She's appeared on the BBC, CNN, NBC. She was on a TED video that's gotten over a couple million views about maintaining our childish creativity and optimism. That's what she's here to share with us today. Adora, we're glad to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for being here with us. So tell me, first of all, I mean, you have this incredible, mature-like ability to communicate your message, and yet your message is to maintain this childlike creativity and optimism. Where did you get this sort of being that you have, I think, which is what, first of all, people are drawn to, but then secondly, this passion to communicate this message?
Well, I think that there's really two parts. One was that my parents, they didn't raise my sister and I in this children should be seen and not heard kind of environment. It was very, children have a lot to contribute. We participated in discussions. We were never afraid of talking to adults, and I think that that really helped me articulate my ideas. And then when it came to this idea that, well, we really shouldn't look at childish or being childish as a negative trait, I saw that because of my teaching and how much I learned. Even as a young person myself, I would learn so much from those who were younger than I was. And so those experiences from my life really contributed to my ideas.
Now, you must have been comparing yourself in some way to the way other kids were growing up. I mean, what did you see in comparison with how you were being raised that inspired you so much to get these ideas out there?
Well, a lot of times I would see kids who the parents would really not invite them to share their ideas, I guess. And sometimes, like my sister and I, sometimes our friends would come over and my mom would start asking questions. And one of my friends, actually her mom, was very taken aback by what her daughter was saying and said, I never thought to ask these types of questions to kids. And so definitely seeing how my friends, my peers often didn't have the chance to express the insights that I knew were there.
Now, has this ever gotten you in trouble?
I wouldn't say it's ever gotten me in trouble. There has been a bit of a backlash to my TED video. There's some negative comments out there, but I never let any of that really get to me.
You really can. I mean, especially when you get that much visibility, of course you're going to polarize people no matter what you do on the internet. And you just, I've experienced it myself in videos, so it's like, there's always going to be that person who wants that ego attention and draw it away from what you're trying to do. Let's talk about why these ideas are important. Why is it so important that you maintain this childish-like optimism and creativity? What do you see as a result in the world of people not maintaining some of these childish or childlike traits?
Well, I think that what's going on, like with politics and the economy, is just a perfect example where people are, there's a lot of gridlock because people are just really not able to take decisive action. We have a lot of times where we're just caught up in planning and caught up in making sure, is this okay? Will this pass through this? And, there's just all these levels. And I think that one of the great things about being a kid is that you will run out there and you're going to, throw a snowball at the house. And if it breaks a window, okay, there's that impulsiveness that can actually really be something good. It can be used for good. So things like impulsiveness or optimism.
Okay, so we've gone to the one extreme, you're saying, of indecisiveness and bureaucracy. And
yes, indecisiveness versus impulsiveness.
And by being this more childlike, we can act more on what is important, or impulsively, as you should say. But of course, there's a balance, right?
Yes, there is. You don't want to just, completely take action that doesn't have any basis. That, that'll get you in a
Let's say constructively impulsive. Constructively, positively impulsive is good, whereas thoughtless activity can be very bad. And I've had my fair share as a child acting impulsively that wasn't so constructive, and I'm sure many people can relate. So, in an ideal world, if Adora has it her way and you've got a long life ahead of you, what does the ideal world look like as you get this message out there and more people respond?
I think that the ideal world is one in which people aren't afraid to take action and don't look at problems as being too big for me or I can't solve this. So taking action, not being afraid to take action, really being honest, not I think that as we get older, we start realizing, oh wait, I have to, you can't look at someone and say things that are just true anymore. You have to, tell little white lies and stuff. And so I think that keeping some of that childish honesty is important. As you're making decisions and really looking at the world. But also that balance of naivete and knowledge can be really incredible. So when it all comes down to it, it comes to doing good for other people.
Doing good for other people and embracing the positive aspects of our childishness as we become adults. And what do you see yourself getting involved in, Adora? I mean, as you get older, where do you see yourself engaging and pursuing as a passion?
Well, I'm really interested in writing, obviously, from the amount of books that I've written and the speeches that I've given, but I also really love education, teaching students, adults, and speaking, journalism. So as you can see, I'm a little bit scattered right now, but I'm hoping to pull all of it.
Hone it in. You'll get it honed in as you get older, but that's okay. You're all over the place and you're learning where you want to be. This is Adora Svitak. The website is adorasvitak.com. How old are you now, Adora?
I'm 14.
14 years old. The world is wide open, and just an incredible young individual that you are. I encourage everybody to check out the website, adorasvitak.com. And what can they find there, Adora?
My blog, books, drawings, poems, pretty much everything.
A little Renaissance child. And where do you hope people go after this? I mean, what final thoughts do you want to leave them with before we wrap up today?
Well, it's not just about, one project. I think that really these are things that should last for an entire lifetime. I hope to take the best parts of my childhood and last lifetime. People are always looking back and saying, I wish I were a kid again. Well, you really don't ever have to leave it behind. You can just take the best.
So you can't always be in that young body again, but you can take the best aspects of your childhood with you as you continue to grow and evolve as an adult today. So an important message, Adora. We thank you so much for being on the show and sharing it with us. Everybody, check out adorasvitak.com and be sure and like and subscribe the Full Potential Show so you can get more great insights from young luminaries like Adora and freebies you'll only find right here on the Full Potential Show. Thank you, Adora.
Thank you.
Take care. Well, that concludes this week's episode of the Full Potential Show, your #1 non-boring source for personal development. I'm James Rick, and if you want to get more positive programming for your brain absolutely free on a weekly basis, just visit fullpotential.com.
If you like the Full Potential Show, you're going to love the Full Potential Club. What would you like most as a Full Potential Club member? Be 2 to 3 times more productive? Do what you're passionate about? Have more energy? Reduce your work hours? Travel the world? Enjoy an amazing lifestyle on a frugal budget? What if you could do them all? James Rick has been there and done it in ways that few people have. For anyone serious about taking their life or business to the next level, you've got to do more than just watch. You've got to do. Join James Rick and other like-minded people for an incredible $10 a month at fullpotential.com/club. Be educated. Be empowered. Be the best version of you. fullpotential.com/club. Try it free for 30 days.